Hello guys, and welcome back to another setup video on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Today we are at Spa in the Ferrari 296 GT3. So let's have a look at the lap then. As we come into the bus stop chicane to start our lap, you want to stick right over to the right hand side and get a nice switchback onto the start finish straight, and this will just give you a bit of a time boost as we go across the line. And you can see at the delta we're already up nearly half a tenth. Brake in at the 100 meter board on the left hand side, down into first gear, and try not to have too much wheel spin on the exit. You'll notice we've got the traction control on 7 at the moment, but for the rest of the lap I'm going to increase that to 9. So boost traction control up to 9. That will just give you a bit more stability through our Rouge and Raidillon, and trying to straight line that as best as possible. It can be a little bit tricky with these lower downforce setups that we often see at Spa. You can see I have lost a little bit of time compared to my previous lap, but by the end of the straight we're pretty much neck and neck. So braking just before the curb on the left hand side, down to second gear, try to keep over to the left as much as possible. Bit of a short shift up to third for the right hander, and then we're going to be heading down the hill. You don't want to brake too late here because then you will just understeer off the corner. Down to first gear for extra rotation, but then short shift up to second for the best traction, and then we're going to hang it out in second. And I like to do this corner in second as well, but you can probably shift up to third before the corner if you want to. Heading down to Pouon then, and we're going to shift down 2 gears to third. You can see the car was a little bit sideways as we went through there, and again losing a little bit of time, but just about got away with it. And then braking just at the start of the curb on the left hand side, down into second gear, running a little bit wide. You want to clip this corner on the left hand side as well, the curb on the left hand side, because that will drag you around nicely. And then it's really important to get a good exit through here, and you want to take the right hander onto the back straight flat out as possible. So we're still only just a little bit up on the delta, but I did make an error through the bus stop chicane, so I'm probably going to gain quite a bit of time through there. Shifting up to sixth, and then the left-hander here is completely flat out, and it's really important to hit your braking zone. So I like to get past that line across the floor and then just brake just after that. I kind of just time it in my head. Down to first gear, keep it nice and close to the curbs, on the power as soon as possible. We did drop the traction control to 7 for a good exit out of the bus stop chicane, and we've come across the line to do a 2:16.9. so this was in a free practice session. Obviously you can be a little bit quicker if you were to drive in hot lap mode. I was also on another lap shortly after this, 2 tenths up on the delta heading into the bus stop chicane, but I just outbroke myself a bit trying to gain a bit more time. So there's definitely more time in the lap as well. So let's have a look at the setup then. I actually did the lap with the temperatures at 17 air and 23 on track, but I forgot to film or record the setup, so that's why the temperatures look a little bit different on screen right now. So traction control on 9, but you can use either 6 or 7 out of turn 1 and the bus stop chicane just to get a bit of a better exit. Fuel, if you use 14 laps of fuel, that will give you 3 good flying laps, I believe, and that was what I was running most of the time, with the fastest lap tending to be the last one. And then, so generally mechanical grip, I think the main thing I've done from the aggressive setup is lower the stiffness a fair amount. Also increase the front anti-roll bar. Then with the dampers, I find the Ferrari quite likes to have low bump values and higher rebound values, so I've just kind of played around with that and got something that felt quite comfortable. And then with the aero, I went minimum ride height on the front, 52 on the rear, and then 5 rear wing. I have seen 4 and even 3 rear wing setups, but to be honest I preferred the 5 just for the stability through our Rouge and Raidillon. Any lower and I wasn't consistent enough some laps. If I just made or I went a little bit wide and tried to correct it, I'd have more chance of losing control of the car. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss more videos like this in the future.